The distress call. The stars were dying around them. The Krell homeworld, once a vibrant beacon of light in the Andromeda sector, now hovered on the brink of extinction. Their world burned, their cities crumbled, and their people, those who survived, huddled in the last remaining shelter beneath the planet's surface. First Elder Thrix stared at the emergency broadcast system. The ancient device, a relic from their forebears, represented their final hope. His six-fingered hands trembled as he activated the quantum transponder, a piece of technology so powerful it could send signals across galaxies. "It is done," he whispered to the gathering of survivors. "The message has been sent. But who will answer?" asked Second Elder Nera, her luminous eyes dimming with doubt. "We are alone in this sector. The Vrixen Armada has destroyed everyone else." Thrix's skin rippled with the Krell equivalent of a sad smile. "Not everyone. There is one world, one species the Vrixen avoid. The Deathworlders." A murmur passed through the chamber. The Deathworlders were more myth than reality to most Krell, a species so dangerous that even the predatory Vrixen gave their territory wide berth. But Thrix had studied the old records, the forbidden histories that spoke of a planet called Earth. "Will they help us?" Nara asked. "These creatures are said to be violent, unpredictable." "They are our only hope," Thrix replied, watching the signal pulse into the void. "They are survivors, like us, and they understand something the Vrixen never will: compassion." The signal raced across vast emptiness, encoded in quantum bursts that could not be intercepted or decoded by conventional means. A desperate plea from a dying civilization, carrying with it everything the Krell knew about their attackers, and coordinates to their hidden bunker. In Earth's deep space monitoring station near the lunar surface, communications specialist Maya Chen sat bolt upright in her chair. The signal had appeared suddenly, a pattern unlike anything in their extensive database. "Director Phillips, you need to see this," she called, fingers dancing across her console to isolate and enhance the unusual transmission. Director Phillips leaned over her shoulder, eyes narrowing. "What am I looking at, Chen?" It's an SOS, sir, but the encryption and transmission method are unlike anything we've encountered. This isn't from any Earth vessel or colony." Phillips' face remained impassive, but his pulse quickened. "You're saying it's alien?" "Yes, sir. And based on the quantum signature, it's coming from approximately 37 light-years away, in the HD 85,512 system." Within hours, Earth's highest military and civilian authorities had gathered in the United Earth Defense Force headquarters beneath Geneva. The signal had been partially decoded, revealing fragments of the desperate message from the Krell. Admiral Helena Garcia stood before the assembled leaders, her weathered face grim. "The signal contains technical data about an aggressive species called the Vrixen, who have systematically eradicated most intelligent life in their sector. The Krell are requesting immediate assistance." "Why us?" asked the Chinese representative. "We have never encountered these species before. The message specifically requests Earth's help," Garcia replied. "It seems our reputation precedes us. They refer to us as Deathworlders, apparently a term used for species from high-gravity, high-radiation planets with extreme environmental conditions." A murmur passed through the room. Earth had only recently ventured into interstellar space, establishing colonies on Mars and Europa, with outposts in the Alpha Centauri system. They had encountered only 2 other sentient species, both peaceful and less technologically advanced than humanity. "We cannot ignore this," said President Okafor firmly. "If these Vrixen are as dangerous as the message suggests, they could eventually threaten our territory. And more importantly, we have a moral obligation to help." "With what?" the Russian delegate demanded. "Our fleet isn't designed for combat against an advanced alien armada." Admiral Garcia's lips curved into a thin smile. "Perhaps not yet, but we've been preparing for such possibilities. Project Fury is ready for implementation." 3 weeks later, Captain Eliza Sharma stood on the bridge of the UED's Indomitable, Earth's first true warship. Designed in secret and constructed in orbit around Jupiter, the Indomitable was the flagship of the newly christened Fury fleet. 12 vessels equipped with Earth's most advanced technologies. Final systems check complete, Captain, reported Commander Jackson, her second in command. All vessels report ready for jump. Sharma nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the view screen showing the assembled fleet. Each ship bristled with railguns, particle beam weapons, and missile systems that could devastate a small moon. Earth had hoped such weapons would never be necessary, but the human race had never abandoned its capacity for warfare. "This is Captain Sharma to all vessels," she announced, her voice carrying to every ship in the fleet. "Today we embark on humanity's first rescue mission beyond our known space. We go to the aid of a civilization facing extinction, against an enemy that knows no mercy. We will show them that Earth stands with those who seek peace and against those who would destroy it." She paused, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders. "We will also show them why the title Deathworlders is well-earned. Fury Fleet, prepare for quantum jump." The fleet vanished in 12 flashes of brilliant light, tearing holes in space-time as they accelerated beyond the speed of light, using the quantum drive technology that had revolutionized human space travel just 5 years earlier. The journey would take 17 days at maximum sustainable speed. During that time, the crews trained relentlessly, studying the technical data provided by the Krell about Vrixen vessels, weapons, and tactics. They rely heavily on energy weapons, Tactical Officer Wei explained during a briefing on the Indomitable. Plasma-based weaponry primarily, with some form of graviton beams for larger targets. Their shields are formidable, but our analysis suggests they may be vulnerable to electromagnetic pulse weapons. "And their numbers?" Sharma asked. "Unknown, Captain. The Krell data indicates at least 30 capital ships were involved in the assault on their homeworld, but the total Vrixen fleet size is unclear." Sharma nodded thoughtfully. 12 ships against 30 or more should be impossible odds, but Earth's vessels carry technologies and weapon systems unlike anything described in the Krell database, and they had another advantage. The Vrixen had never encountered humans before. They wouldn't know what to expect. On the 15th day of their journey, alarm klaxons blared throughout the Indomitable. "Proximity alert, Captain," called Lieutenant Rossi from the sensor station. "Multiple vessels detected at the edge of our sensor range. Configuration matches Vrixen patterns from the Krell data." "Battle stations," Sharma ordered calmly. "All ships form defensive pattern Alpha. Weapons hot, but hold fire until my command." The Fury fleet shifted into a 3-dimensional battle formation designed to maximize their defensive capabilities while allowing each ship clear firing lanes. "They've spotted us," Rossi reported tensely. 8 vessels breaking formation, on intercept course. "Open a channel," Sharma commanded. "All frequencies. Channel open." "This is Captain Eliza Sharma of the United Earth Defense Ship Indomitable. We are responding to a distress call from the Krell civilization. Stand down and withdraw from this sector immediately." For several tense moments, there was no response. Then the communications officer flinched as harsh, guttural sounds emerged from the speakers. "Universal Translator is struggling, Captain," he reported, "but I believe they're demanding our surrender." Sharma's expression hardened. "Send response. The human race does not surrender to aggressors. This is your final warning." The answer came in the form of brilliant energy beams lancing out from the lead Vrixen vessels, dissipating harmlessly against the Indomitable's advanced shields. "They've made their choice," Sharma said grimly. "All vessels, execute Combat Protocol Thanatos. Show them why Earth is called a death world." The human fleet erupted with devastating firepower. Railgun slugs accelerated to near-light speed, tore through Vrixen shields like paper. Quantum-locked missiles phased partially out of normal space-time, bypassing defensive measures before rematerializing inside enemy vessels. The battle that followed was brief and brutal. 7 of the 8 Vrixen ships were destroyed or disabled within minutes. The eighth managed to turn and flee, engines flaring desperately. "Let it go," Sharma ordered when a weapons officer asked for permission to pursue. "We want survivors to spread the word. Now, maximum speed to the Krell homeworld. They've waited long enough for rescue." As the Fury fleet pushed onward, the lone Vrixen vessel limped back to its armada, carrying with it the first terrifying accounts of humanity's war-making potential and the unmistakable message that the Deathworlders had arrived. Fury unleashed. The Krell homeworld hung in space like a broken jewel. Once beautiful continents were now scared with impact craters and radiation burns. The atmosphere, thick with ash and debris, obscured much of the surface. "Life signs?" Captain Sharma asked quietly, staring at the devastation on the main view screen. "Faint readings from beneath the surface, Captain," replied Science Officer Patel, "consistent with the bunker coordinates provided in the distress signal. I'm also detecting 23 Vrixen vessels in orbit." Sharma studied the tactical display. The enemy ships were arranged in a blockade pattern, clearly intending to prevent any escape from the planet below. They had not yet detected the Earth fleet, which had dropped out of quantum jump behind the system's gas giant. "They outnumber us nearly 2-1, Commander Jackson observed. "Yes," Sharma agreed, "but they don't know we're here. And they don't know what we're capable of. We'll use that advantage." She turned to her communications officer. "Contact the Krell bunker, tight beam transmission only." After several tense minutes, a weak signal returned, and the view screen filled with the image of an alien face, six-eyed, with scaled skin and bony ridges. First Elder Thrix stared in wonder at the human captain. You came," he whispered, his translator converting his harmonic language into English. "The Deathworlders answered our call." "We are the United Earth Defense Force," Sharma replied. "We received your distress signal and have come to help. What is your situation?" "Critical," Thrix responded, his voice weak. "Our life support systems are failing. We have fewer than 3,000 survivors, and the Vrixen drop troops to the surface daily, hunting for our bunker. Can your people be evacuated?" "Yes, we have underground shuttles that could reach orbit, but the Vrixen blockade." "Leave that to us," Sharma assured him. "Prepare your people for evacuation. We'll clear you a path." The transmission ended, and Sharma turned to her crew. "It's time to introduce ourselves properly to the Vrixen. All ships, Battle Formation Omega. Prepare phase shift bombs for deployment." The Earth fleet moved silently into position, utilizing stealth technology that rendered them nearly invisible to conventional sensors. When they were arranged in a precise three-dimensional pattern around the Vrixen blockade, Sharma gave the order. "Deploy phase shift bombs. Detonate on my mark." 12 small, unremarkable devices drifted toward the Vrixen fleet. Developed specifically for situations where Earth vessels were outnumbered, these weapons operated on principles that the Krell data suggested would be unknown to the Vrixen. Mark. The bombs detonated simultaneously, not with conventional explosions, but with rippling waves of quantum disruption. Vrixen shields, designed to block energy and physical projectiles, offered no protection against these weapons that temporarily altered the fundamental properties of spacetime within their radius. 15 Vrixen vessels suddenly found their power cores offline, their systems locked in a quantum stasis field that would hold for approximately 8 minutes. "All ships, target the remaining active vessels," Sharma ordered. "Disable if possible. Destroy if necessary." The battle that followed was swift but fierce. The 8 operational Vrixen ships fought with desperate fury, their plasma weapons carving glowing paths through space. 2 Earth vessels took significant damage, but the superior targeting systems and tactical eye of the human fleet prevailed. "All enemy vessels neutralized or disabled, Captain," reported the tactical officer. "We've sustained moderate damage to the Relentless and Vindication, but all systems remain operational." "Excellent work," Sharma acknowledged. "Now comes the difficult part. Contact Elder Thrix and tell him to launch the evacuation shuttles. Deploy our ground teams to the bunker coordinates. We'll need to accelerate the evacuation and provide medical assistance. While the fleet maintained position, dropships carried Earth's marine forces to the planet's surface. In the dark, ruined tunnels beneath what had once been the Krell capital city, humans and aliens met face to face for the first time. Marine Commander Rodriguez was the first to enter the main bunker chamber. Her breath caught at the sight of nearly 3,000 Krell, packed into a space designed for perhaps half that number. The aliens were clearly suffering, many wounded, all malnourished, their large eyes wide with fear and hope. "We're here to help," she announced, her words translated by the device at her throat. "Earth has sent ships to evacuate you to safety." The rescue operation was complex and dangerous. Vrixen ground forces, alerted to the attack on their fleet, converged on the bunker location. Earth Marines established defensive perimeters, their powered combat armor and advanced weapons giving them significant advantages against the numerically superior enemy. Aboard the Indomitable, Captain Sharma received a priority communication from the surface. "Elder Thrix insists on speaking with you, Captain. Says it's urgent." The Krell leader's face appeared on the screen, more gaunt than before, but his eyes burning with intensity. "Captain Sharma, there is something you must know. The Vrixen are just conquering our world. They are harvesting it." "Harvesting?" Sharma frowned. "Explain." "Our planet contains large deposits of quantum-resonant crystals, extremely rare materials that can store and amplify energy. The Vrixen use them to power their most destructive weapons. If they collect enough, they could threaten Earth." Sharma finished grimly. "Thank you for this information, Elder. We'll adjust our plans accordingly." With this new knowledge, the mission parameters changed. While the evacuation continued, specialized Earth teams deployed to the crystal mining sites the Krell had identified. There, they found evidence of extensive Vrixen operations. And something else. "Captain, we've discovered Vrixen data cores," reported Lieutenant Commander Okar from the surface. "Our AI is translating now, but this is bigger than we thought. The Vrixen have destroyed 17 civilizations in this sector alone, all for these crystals, and they've identified Earth as a potential target." "How?" Sharma demanded. "We've never encountered them before. They detected our quantum jump signatures months ago. They've been planning to extend their operations to our sector next." Sharma's jaw tightened. "Download everything. We need to understand exactly what we're dealing with." The evacuation continued for 26 hours, under constant Vrixen attacks. When the last Krell shuttle departed the surface, Earth's Marines deployed their final surprise. Antimatter demolition charges placed at strategic points throughout the crystal deposits. From orbit, the Fury fleet watched as the planet's surface erupted with controlled explosions, destroying the very resources the Vrixen had come to steal. "Incoming transmission, Captain," the communications officer reported. It appears to be the Vrixen commander." The creature that appeared on screen was nothing like the Krell. Massive, with chitinous armor and compound eyes, it radiated menace even through the view screen. "You have interfered in matters beyond your understanding, Earth creatures," it hissed through the translator. "This is merely one world of many. Our fleet is vast. We will come for your worlds next, and we will reduce your species to ash." Sharma smiled thinly. "I was hoping you'd say something like that. You see, while you've been focused on the planet, my fleet has been busy transmitting everything we've learned about you to Earth. Your technology, your tactics, your biology, all of it analyzed and countered. And there's something else you should know about humans." She leaned forward slightly. "We evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day. Predators, diseases, natural disasters. We survived them all. And then we turned around and dominated the planet that forged us. You think you're conquerors. You're amateurs playing at war." The Vrixen's mandibles clicked in what might have been agitation or amusement. Brave words from a species that has never faced true power. "Our main fleet approaches. You have hours, at most." Actually, Sharma replied calmly, we detected your fleet's quantum signature 2 hours ago, and we've been expecting them. At that moment, space rippled behind the assembled Fury fleet as 30 more Earth vessels emerged from quantum jump. The second wave, dispatched as soon as Earth had received the initial battle reports. This is just the beginning, Sharma told the stunned Vrixen commander. Earth is mobilizing its full military capacity as we speak, but I'm authorized to offer you a choice: withdraw from this sector permanently, or face extinction. We've already transmitted the coordinates of your homeworld to our defense command. There was a long silence as the Vrixen processed this information. This is not over, Deathworlder, it finally snarled, before cutting the transmission. 3 hours later, long-range sensors confirmed that the approaching Vrixen reinforcements had altered course, moving away from the Krell system. Aboard the Indomitable's medical bay, Captain Sharma visited Elder Thrix, who was recovering from wounds sustained during the final evacuation. My people owe you their existence, the Krell Elder said weakly. You truly are as the legends described, the Deathworlders, who bring both destruction and salvation. We're just humans, Sharma replied gently. We protect those who need protection. And what happens now? Sharma's expression grew serious. Now we prepare. The Vrixen will return eventually, perhaps with greater numbers, but Earth will be ready, and we won't stand alone. Your people's knowledge of this sector is invaluable, and there may be other species out there who've suffered under Vrixen attacks. A coalition, Thrix mused, against the destroyers. Exactly. The galaxy is vast, but perhaps less empty than we thought, and it seems humanity has just announced its presence rather dramatically. As the Fury fleet set course for Earth, carrying the Krell refugees to their new temporary home, news of the encounter spread rapidly across human space. Humanity had faced its first interstellar threat and emerged victorious, not just through superior firepower, but through the very qualities that had allowed them to survive their Deathworld origins: adaptability, determination, and an unwavering will to protect their own. In the darkness between stars, word spread among other species as well, of the Deathworlders who had challenged the Vrixen and forced them to retreat, of the humans from Earth whose response to a desperate call for help had been a fleet of fury that changed the balance of power in an entire sector. And somewhere in the void, the Vrixen Armada regrouped and planned, now wary of the unexpected threat that had emerged from a previously insignificant corner of the galaxy. The Deathworlders had arrived on the galactic stage, and nothing would ever be the same again.